Welcome to the October 23rd, 2019 Utility Service Board meeting. I want to make a note that it's has been appropriately, notifications appropriately been approved, and we have a quorum, all in present for the exception of Chairman Neil Taylor. First order of business will be Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First order is approval of the minutes. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes?
Move we approve the minutes as tendered.
Second.
Second? Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same size. Minutes are approved. Next item is 69 kV breaker maintenance. It's an action item. It was tabled from October the 9th. Jeff, you want to bring us up to date?
Yes, how's everyone doing this evening?
Good, how about you?
Good. The original request was for refurbishing a SF6 69 kV breaker. And in considering, the board asked me to get quotes about replacing the breaker. So I acquired a couple of quotes, and in considering the estimated cost of purchasing a new breaker compared to refurbishing the old one, we request board approval to purchase a new breaker. This breaker will be a backup breaker for the north substation or the west substation. We currently have two in operation on the transmission side of the 69 kV. So my action item is, in considering the estimated cost of purchasing a new breaker, I recommend the board approve the purchase of a new one rather than refurbishing the old, considering also the hidden costs that may occur during refurbishment.
Yeah, and we're wanting to purchase that in 2020 as part of the capital budget, so really we're just
Correct.
clarifying, okay.
Okay. Well, any other questions from the board on this? I'd entertain a motion that we move to approve the purchase of the new SPS2 69 kV breaker rather than refurbishing the old breaker, subject to the letting and approval of the bid at a later date.
I so move.
Second?
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same side. Motion's carried. It is moved to a later date. The next item is item 5, is the Sugar Creek Water Plant iron cleanup action. Ryan?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
The Sugar Creek Water Plant has a backwash holding tank. From when we backwash our filters and clean our filters, the water and all the debris from the filters that is captured in the filters goes into that backwash holding tank. And it is a settling tank, so all the solids can settle to the bottom. And then when the liquids when the water meets IDEM standards, we are allowed to release that based on our NPDES wastewater permit that we have through IDEM. So when that tank, after the settling occurs, we have what's left over is called an iron slurry, which is iron and anthracite and anything else that might have been captured in the filter at that time that had been removed is in there. That is not an item that can be put on the ground. It's not an item that can be put into our drying beds at the wastewater treatment plant. It has to be removed and dumped at an IDEM approved facility. So we obtained bids on that. This is a budgeted item. We obtained bids on that through Eco Infrastructure and also Fluid Waste Services. And Along with the removal, this is also, there's a safety component that has to be considered also. It is a confined space with it only having one entry. So with us doing it ourselves, with a contractor doing it as opposed to us, this ensures that they will follow the proper procedures for confined space entry. They will present the proper documents. They will have the proper equipment there. Some stuff that we do have, but they have it on a much larger scale. So the safety issue is also a factor in that. Does anybody have any questions on that process?
So that the amount may be less than 150,000?
Yeah, so the bid is per load, so we can control how much money is spent. They're going to give me updates throughout the day, basically a tracker of where we are money-wise. So not to exceed 150, but if we get close and they say the next load's going to put you over, then we'll just stop the process right there in order to stay within the budget amount of 150,000.
Okay. Any other questions from the board?
Will we have a contract for this, or?
Yes, typically we include those in our pre-bid packages, and we have, Ryan and I have talked about that, so we will need to assemble, assuming the board approves this bid, we will assemble a contract with the appropriate certificates of insurance, et cetera, to tender to the successful bidder.
Thank you.
And I made both companies aware that would be the case, that there would be a contract.
Okay.
So they are aware that that's still,
All right.
it's still for them to take care of.
All right, well, I make a motion, I entertain a motion to approve this.
I'd move to approve the quote from Eco Infrastructure Solutions for a not-to-exceed amount of $150,000 to remove the orange slurry from the Sugar Creek Water Plant holding tank and authorize the general manager to sign all pertinent documents subject to contract approval.
Have a motion by, first by Jim, and have a second?
Second.
Second by Dan. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same side. Motion carried. Okay, next item is the pretreatment assistant. That's Ryan.
Yes, we have a pretreatment component with the industrial park that we are very new in. We have one pretreatment specialist for the entire industrial park. So to help out with that staffing, Wessler provides a service with an engineer that is a specialist in the pretreatment industry. Wessler provides us with IDEM documentation, provides us with, was very instrumental in helping with our pretreatment ordinance. They were very instrumental in also providing advice as far as surcharges go, advice as far as availability fees, how we compute that structure. So this service contract would just provide us with an amount of money that we could call them in an emergency. We can use them for inspections. We can use them to write up a document and use this budgeted amount to take care of those funds. We budgeted $35,000 last year, and I would request that we budget the same amount this year. That seems like a good number to prepare for an emergency, but also take care of some day-to-day stuff that just comes up, and it's not always on the calendar.
And right now, we only have one employee that focuses on pretreatment program, correct?
That is correct. We have two certified pretreatment specialists. One is in our lab, and then one is Tony Green. He was here, I think, about a month or so ago with a pretreatment. Now, I will say that if you'll remember when I introduced our two new employees, the taller gentleman, Corey, he is doing training not only in the lab, but doing some cross-training in pretreatment. And then we have another employee in the sewer collections division that we're also starting cross-training. So that way we have multiple employees, and that way if one person's on vacation and we have an incident, we can go ahead and take care of it and not have a delay. But that's a process.
But we still need this professional assistance.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And just the knowledge and to have Wessler's background, Wessler Engineering's background is, and like I said, this isn't, this is, if we don't use any of it, we're not billed for anything. It's just in case
Right.
policy.
That you have it, all right. Any other question from the board? I entertain a motion to approve.
I move to approve Westland Engineering's task order number 9 on an hourly basis, not to exceed $35,000, to conclude on December 31, 2020, and authorize the general manager to sign all pertinent documents.
I have a first by Aaron. Do I have a second?
Second.
A second by Dan, Jim?
That was by Jim.
Jim, okay. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. All right, we move to item 7, transformer sale bids, and Jeff Greeno.
Yes, I'm coming to the board tonight to ask permission to sell the decommissioned Lau substation transformer and 333 kVA regulators. When we did the project of rerouting the 69 line on that side of town due to NDOT widening the road, we decided to decommission the sub due to its age. So we had legal counsel, Mr. Jacobs, write up a bid package, and we had it mailed out and advertised according to the rules. And we had 2 sealed bids come back that you should have in your possession. So I would recommend the board sell the decommissioned Lau transformer and the 333 kVA voltage regulators to Solomon. $15,000 for the transformer and $2,150 for the 3 regulators. Do you have any questions or?
So, I think that we definitely do need to move on this and clean up that whole substation area.
Correct. We
Because
have
we don't-
everything
I think-
currently,
Yeah, I don't think we want IDEM to get involved in this in any way, and the longer it sits there, so I think that's the right approach, to go ahead and sell it.
Yeah, and the longer it sits in our possession, there's potential for damage.
Damage,
Yeah, vandalism.
environmental issues. So, it's not a lot of money, but I think we definitely need to move on it. So I would entertain a motion that we approve it.
I move to approve the sale of the decommissioned Lau substation transformer and regulators to Solomon Corporation for a total amount of $17,150.
First by Dan, do we have a second?
I'd second the motion.
Second by Jim. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carry. Okay, we move to item 8, which is water meters to be declared surplus. Ryan?
Back again. I provided a list of water meters that are surplus and that we can scrap and get money back on that based on what current scrap prices are. I didn't provide, because they fluctuate so much daily, it's kind of hard to provide. We do normally try to reuse any parts. The parts that we are using have lead content and we're not allowed to put them back in or reuse those parts. Or we will, if we were allowed to, we would make every effort to continue to use them, repair them, whatever. But with these are not allowed to be put back in. So Gabriel, we have 2 places, one I believe in Frankfurt and then Gabriel Metals, that will get the best price at the time when we turn them in, and they have already agreed that the list that's provided, that they can take all of that.
All right, so they can't be used by anybody else?
No
Okay.
other communities are, with the lead base, they're not allowed to put them back in.
Okay,
We'll get some sort of scrap metal revenue from this?
Yes, yes, and actually, I just asked Sandra, and it will just go back into the water, their water meter, so to go back into the water.
General
cash
fund?
Fund, yes.
Any other questions from the board?
I have a question.
Go.
What, do you have an estimated total value or worth?
I don't, only because it's per pound, and
You would suggest it's under 5,000 though?
I would not have any idea.
Under 1,000?
I wouldn't,
You don't know?
I don't know what the weight is of
hard to
all
say.
those parts.
With that lead.
I apologize, but I don't know. I mean, I can get you by the end of the week, I could probably send an email out that would give us an idea, but I just don't know what the weight of all that would be.
I think it'd be under your question. I think it'd be, it would be scrap, it'd be under.
If you looked at them, I counted them up, anticipating that, and there's roughly 25, and there's no way it's going to hit that.
I can't imagine it would, but
Okay.
I don't know right off.
Just with the note, if it appears to be over 5,000, we've got
We'd have to go out for
to,
bid.
we've got to do another.
It's going to be under 5,000.
I can't imagine it would.
Okay.
Near that, but like I said, I don't know 100% for sure.
All right, with that, I'd entertain a motion, we approve that.
I move to allow the water department to declare the provided list of water meters and related parts as scrap.
Jim, we got a first on, with Jim, you have a second?
Second.
Second by Dan. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign. Okay, motion carried. Next item is item 9, which we are tabling.
Do we need a motion to do that,
Please.
council?
Okay.
Yeah, I would move that we table item number 9.
Dan's, Dan's making the motion. Do we have a second?
I second it.
Second by Jim. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carried. That's tabled. And we move to item 10, which is software package by Matt Hutton.
Good afternoon. I'm going to give you a brief summary of the new locate management software we've gotten. And just to go about locate tickets we get, you know, it's the law. It requires everyone that digs to contact Indiana 811 at least 2 full working days before starting their project. Anyone who digs should contact Indiana 811 first, whether it's to plant a tree, put in a fence, or a children's play set, or dig for any other reason. This is a free call to 811, or you can also go to 811now.com, and this can prevent costly damages and even loss of life. So here's our ticket stats that we had for the last 4 years. And as you can see, 2017 was quite higher. That's because of the East Street and Meridian Street projects.
Hey, Matt, I don't want to interrupt you, but just for whoever might be watching on TV, a ticket, just tell them what a ticket is.
It's just, we just get it, it's got the address, you'll see it in the demo of the software, but it's got the address, what they're gonna be doing. The ticket's valid for 20 days, and, you know, we have 2 working days to get out there and mark our facilities before.
Yeah, somebody calls the 1-800 number, they call 811, and they send us a ticket.
Yes, then we get the ticket.
Now it goes right into the software.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So then they go out and then they mark the utilities?
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
So this Korweb software we got, it's web-based, and it's a one-call ticket management system created to increase efficiency in locating and ticket processing while cutting costs by eliminating unnecessary manual processes. Korweb is used by contract locators, one-call centers, utilities, municipalities, and pipeline companies to protect underground facilities, prevent service interruptions, and allow excavators and homeowners to dig safely. The main features of this is it has dashboards, facility mapping, attachments where when we go and locate something, if we think we need to take a picture of it, we can take a picture of it and it'll be documented. It also has a reporting feature and an electronic ticket history and ticket searching.
How long have we been using this system?
Since Labor Day.
Labor Day,
Yes.
this year?
Yes.
Yes.
And so here's the demo of it.
This is live right now?
Yes.
Okay.
And as you can see, we've got open tickets right now that are due like the 25th. We've got 8 of them, and already did 22 today. And then over on the left-hand or the right-hand side, you can see that in the map, it's got the little icons where these ticket requests are, locate requests are.
Do we have one employee that does all these locations?
Yes, and then we have I back him up, so.
Looks like you stay busy, okay.
So then I'll just go ahead and click on the tickets that are coming up. I'll just go ahead and click on a ticket so you can see what it looks like. As you can see on the left-hand side, it's got all the information, the address, cross street, location, what they want located, and then the type of work they're going to be doing, grinding out a stump of a tree. And then on the right-hand side, we've got our facility mapping. And the way this saves us time and money is we don't have to print these tickets out and the map to go with the ticket. So you just get in the truck and go with the iPad, and you have all this information.
And if a ticket comes in while Artie's out, he can get it on his iPad. He doesn't have to go back to the office to get it.
They come in real time, and he gets it and can go do it if he wants to.
So we do away with all the paper. That's
Yes.
good.
Yes. And it also has the reporting feature, and to save time, I've printed out some reports already, and here's all the tickets. We had 467 tickets for September, and here they all are. And a lot of them are repeat business because they're only last 20 days. And then, so then I manipulated the data, and here's the request for September per day of locates we got.
And our response time, you say, is 2 days?
Yes, we have
two working days or two?
Yeah, 2 full working days.
Yeah, and I'd leave that up for a second. Part of the reason I was pushing for this software, besides saving time and money, is Artie's the only person that does it, and Matt backs him up, and Matt wears a lot of hats around here. And we just want to make sure we're dedicating enough resources to locates. Other places I've been, locates, they're usually your first indication that development's about to take off because your locates start going through the roof before anyone else knows it. So I wanted a graph like this to see, is he busy every day? Is there peak times? Do we need to allocate resources or train somebody? And this software makes it very easy to train somebody and very easy to track, and we can see how regular the data is. So it's been good so far since September. So.
Yeah, when I've used it, I've really liked it because I don't have to print out the ticket and the map, so it saves me time. And that's all the presentation I have. Is there any other questions?
No, I think it's a good program. So this is a information-only presentation. Is this something that you'll update the board with it periodically?
If you would like me to, I can.
I think it'd be a good idea.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I asked Matt to come in. I'm just periodically doing informational presentations on things we're doing, just to keep you guys in the loop as things go. So,
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Good presentation. And
Thank you very much, Matt. All right, we'll move to item 11, approval of the claims. Has everybody had a chance to review the claims? I make a motion that, entertain a motion, we approve the claims.
Move that we approve the claims.
First by Dan, do I have a second?
Second?
Second by Aaron. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried, claims are approved. Is there any other business that may be properly come before the board body at this time? Opportunity, anybody in the public? No public comment? The next board meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, November the 6th at 5 p.m. And I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Second by Dan. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried, we are adjourned.